Yeah, let's.
See, do I have it right? I do. Would you like to start us off, sir?
Oh, my pleasure. All right, here we go. In the North Spawn, ladies and gentlemen, wearing green for this match on Hotspot, we have Cats. They are fielding a battleship, St. Vincent, 2 cruisers, Yodo, and the most broken ship in World of Warships. That would be USS Annapolis. Fronted by 4 destroyers, Vampire Deuce, Elbing Ragnar, and Elbing number 2. What do we got cooking for ELSR down in the red, Zaf?
Yeah, so down to the south, we have a, no battleship. We just have 2 cruisers, a Clausewitz and a Colbert, followed up by a Smoland, a Z42, a Ragnar, a Druid, and a Grozovoy. First time seeing a Grozovoy this entire tournament, using unique upgrade for that little extra pew-pew.
This is wild, Zaf. A 5 destroyer lineup. This is going to be entertaining. And bringing a Clausewitz for their super ship. That's going to be... You almost feel like they don't care if it dies. Like,
I mean, would you?
The Hindenburg lover in me is requiring me to say yes. In practicality, probably not.
Ah, there you go. Oh, I see the numbers now. Neat.
There you go. Yeah, because Clausewitz has always just felt kind of subpar. Like, again, I look at the most broken ship in World of Warships next to a Clausewitz, and it's like, why would I ever take a Clausewitz when I could be driving an Annapolis?
Well,
what do you on crack?
Right. In this particular game, they obviously did it so they could bring the Smollett and the Ragnar.
Yes.
So.
Yes, exactly. Well, we're going to have a big rumble here in the middle of the map because we got 3 destroyers in the Clausewitz all headed over to B. Z42 and Elbing are going to contest C apart from each other. We've got the Colbert and the Grozovoy headed to the 9-10 line, squaring off against the Yodo. So I have to really like Katz's early deployment on this match, Seth. I really think that they have got a nice lineup headed over here to A.
Yeah, I mean, it looks stronger, which is weird to say considering there's so many more destroyers. You know, you got that extra destroyer on Team ELSR, but ELSR's more spread out here. And I don't like the idea of just kind of wasting a ship at CCAP, because both teams are going to lose 1 ship. I don't know.
Curious to see they've already turned the Clausewitz around, has ELSR.
Yeah.
He was headed to B, now he's not. Now he's going to, I guess he was just getting turned around, angled out something. Now he's just kind of linger in the middle as the Elbing slides off the top of the CCAP very briefly.
All right, there's our first radar in the middle.
Yep. Ragnar radar going up, catching the Smollett.
Luger responds with a radar of his own.
Yep. Shells going downrange now on Yichu's Vamp Deuce.
Big hits on Yichu. Remember, he doesn't have a heal.
Luger actually coming out slightly ahead there. He does take a quick stern fire towards the end. That's gonna suck.
Yeah.
His next heal is a little far away. He's trying to maybe use this Druid smoke to break LOS.
Luger down to 8K.
They haven't quite finished off Yichu, who looks like he's dark now. I'm missing a couple of my mods, Zaf, and one of them is that one that tells me who's lit and who's not.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That one's missing.
Yeah, I may try and install that one before the next few series, because that mod is critical now when you're using spectator mode.
Yeah, that's interesting that they would take that mod away, essentially.
I just think they forgot to put it in the pack. It's no big deal. I think we can fix it.
I think I'd rather have that than the points, so I might just go back to my other mod setup.
I would almost rather have that than the point. Though having the points is nice because it means that later on, people who were like watching the replay, watching the YouTube coverage or whatever, will still know what the ship points, like what they were and why,
right.
Why teams are constructed the way they are. But yeah. All right, well, a little bit of early engagement there on the 3-4 line as Cats continues to push hard south. The St. Vincent swinging wide through the gap along the 3 line, paired up with the Ragnar. Elbing, Vampire, Deuce, and Annapolis pushing down the 4 side of things.
Worth noting is the fact that Cats just ceded the C cap. They just
They did. They
walked away.
Yeah, they pulled the Elbing out, which I don't know that it's a good play. I don't know that it's a bad play. Cats still has a significant health advantage right here.
You know, the thing is, we saw this with the first game, with the 3X game. If you're going to be the solo ship, and it's got to have little to no vision, you don't throw it in that island north of sea. You put it on the border so that it can just W out if it's in trouble.
That's exactly right. He's not in so deep, he's trapped forever.
Exactly. So I would have just left the Elbing there. Why not just deny the points at the very least? Oh well.
Well, I actually think I kind of agree with it though. I mean, when you can look across the opposing lineup and see the Colbert, like, ooh, feels kind of rocky, you know?
Yeah, but if you're an Elbing, you've got the smoke, you can run away, and there's no radar that's going to chase you.
Annapolis radar goes up now. They pick up Luger's Småland is the only ship inside that radar bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Z42 right on the edge of it. He may find his way into it. I don't think he's going to be able to get out of it. He's going to just barely sneak out of it and not fall into it as Luger drives out of the radar.
Luger's got a heal in 4 seconds, and he's going to need that.
Smashes that button very quickly.
Yeah, meanwhile, look at the Druid is about to get picked up on radar. Bow in, pew-pewing at the St. Vincent. This is about to feel really bad. He is now detected.
Radar's got less than 10 seconds. But I think they've got to get some damage on this St. Vincent. See if the St. Vincent gets any shells downrange on him. Nope. Radar expires. And there goes Cat stepping onto the B cap. Try and pick up some of these points. 6.5 minutes gone. Down about 110 points here early. Both teams trading, but Cat starting with a health advantage and, for the moment, mercilessly exploiting it to bully ELSR out of the B cap.
Yep.
Look at all the torpedoes going in on the Annapolis, Saf.
Mm-hmm.
Vampire Deuce Hydro is still up, but not all of these torpedoes are going to get snuffed out, or sussed out, I should say. Annapolis is going to take 3 there from the Småland as some AP starts to come in. Who is that? The Colbert AP coming in.
Yep. And Z42 at the same time.
Very bold. I think ELSR has actually engineered a position they might be able to kill this super ship.
Yeah, I think so too. Wow.
Annapolis heel is ticking, but the Colbert...
St. Vincent goes down.
They do bag the St. Vincent. That's a huge kill for ELSR. Bending here a bit, but not breaking. Picking up a kill, maintaining the lead. And I think they're going to be able to put this Annapolis out on the board. I think Cats may have overstretched just a bit.
Colbert's in a great position, by the way. He can arc shells over the island. He's not detected.
This is just dirty, and I love it.
Right? And flagship down.
Annapolis goes out. You sank my flagship.
That's right.
So now, despite being down a cap, up 2 ships, ELSR firmly in the driver's seat.
And now it's the Yodo's turn to get farmed.
I was going to say, the Colbert now going in with AP on the Yodo. Not getting much out of it. I'm a little surprised he's not getting much out of it. There we go. Finally starting to land some pens.
Oh, I also lost my turret health mod. Oof.
Yes. I've never had that one, so I wouldn't know what that's
so
like.
handy. Meanwhile, it looks like the Elbing is the next one to get killed for Cats.
He's going out right there. Now a 3-ship lead for ELSR.
Yeah,
I don't... Good.
Treyarch's in a little bit of trouble, but there's only just the Ragnar there, so I think he'll be okay. He gets the heal off.
He's got help, right? The other Ragnar has nothing. He's so far out of position, he has nothing. His supporting ships have all been murdered. I think Treyarch lives and the opposing Ragnar doesn't. That's what I think is about to happen.
You're probably right.
Like,
Clausewitz getting in on it.
Yeah, so if I'm Treyarch, I probably even just quit firing. Like, why take the risk? Yeah, see, he gets the trade.
They got the trade.
He got the heal off, and he didn't need to keep firing, I don't think. Just let the teammates clean it up. But it is what it is as they reclaim B here on a 300-point lead and growing.
Yep, and the Yodo just going into to sea.
The Yodo goes YOLO here, trying to get behind this island and at least contest C. But I'm not sure he's going to survive. He's got targets valid targets in both directions. He's just getting HE'd from everywhere, and he'll be off the board here momentarily.
Yep, taking it from two sides at once.
Well, kind of all over but the crying here in game one. Cat's down to just an Elbing and a Vamp Deuce. Sitting on the one cap, but we're 60 seconds here from an ELSR win. Do you feel like maybe Cats didn't... I'm trying to figure out kind of where this went wrong for them, right? They had a noteworthy advantage at the B cap. ELSR bent, they pulled back, but they didn't really relocate any ships, right? The Clausewitz has always played behind the cap. The three destroyers, the Small and the Druid, the Zed, well, they brought the Zed over. The Zed was originally in the C cap, I think.
Yeah, but after it got the C cap for free, it just walked away.
He just walked away. Yeah.
In my opinion, the two problems that happened with Cats, one is they left the C cap for free. I talked about the better position to then walk away if he needed to. That would have absolutely changed the game a bit as the Elbing goes down. And then the other mistake was they just sat with the St. Vincent. So he came through the channel, threatened the enemy, and then for whatever reason sat. And when you sit with a ship, you just simply allow it to get farmed to death, which is exactly what happened.
Ooh. Let's hit this button. Right. Tears of the Desert. One team with a battleship, one team without. Cats opting for a Patrie this time. Look, have a look at that lineup for me, Zaf. What's Cats got cooking up here at the top of the map?
Yeah, so this is game 2 of ELSR versus Cats. ELSR up 1-0 right now. Obviously, ELSR wanting to win this game to move on to the loser bracket final against Rain. Cats looking to tie it up and force a game 3, which we all know and love as casters. So let's take a look. As Raptor mentions, Cats does bring a Patrie, having lost their best super ship in the last game to Annapolis. Now they're bringing another one, realizing if they're out of the tournament, what's it matter anyway? So might as well bring something good. They bring a Patrie. For the battleship, they've got 2 cruisers, Gibraltar and Azau, and then they've got 4 destroyers, Vamp Deuce, Shimakaze, that's torpedo spec but not unique upgrade, Ragnar, and an Elbing. What do we have opposing them to the south?
ELSR sticking with their battleship-free lineup this time, grabbing an Annapolis instead of the Clausewitz, which did survive last game, by the way.
It did.
The Clausewitz made it off the field. 3 cruisers, of course, Annapolis, Yodo, and Henri IV, and a 4 destroyer lineup. That's Shimakaze, Druid, Grozovoy, and Marceau. That is a full torpedo, actually not quite full torpedo, but largely torpedo build. Shimakaze there. Luger is running the unique upgrade on his Shima. Zach, can you tell what is he running, 12s or 20s?
Luger is running the 12s. By the way, he's also using Dazzle.
I see that. We started to see more of this the last iteration of King of the Sea. Dazzle, I think, as someone who loves Destroyer and loves playing a fair chunk of Destroyer, is a skill that is so poorly explained in the description. Most players tend to avoid it. But at the competitive levels now, there are some players, there are some teams that seem to be embracing it.
Yes. I'll just check in something on my end.
Quick look over builds. That is a legendary Zhao, unique upgrade Zhao on Katz's team.
Yes.
By the way, which gives Zhao a smidge more range and a smidge more accuracy. They pick up the Marceau on the surface. The Shimakaze now detecting Triarch. Triarch so far dodging everything. That was amazing.
He just listed lazily to the left.
Yeah, took exactly 0 damage right there.
Yeah.
Still hasn't taken a point. Crazy.
Absolutely nuts. Meanwhile, Gibraltar detected. Shots in on him. From, I think that was the Henri. Little bit of a Death Snail smoke action here to get Shioiko Kuri's Annapolis to the middle of the board, where it will have a huge impact, I feel.
Yeah, this is bold, right? We used to see teams try this play with Minotaur. Sometimes you see them still try it with Des Moines.
Yes.
Put an Annapolis in this position. Well, he's actually kind of chilling in this smoke.
Oh! Triarch did not dodge all that. Did you see that?
No, what hit him? Was it the Zao?
Everything. It looked like he got detected. Everybody shot at him. I think it was actually the Gibraltar that did all the damage.
Yeah, it might have been the Gibraltar AP.
But it could have been the Zao. One of those two. I looked over and just saw all these shells converging on him, and then him suddenly being at half health.
Suddenly he's at half health, yep. And BYF's Shima, to his credit, like, had the speed boost going, was continuing to charge and push him out of position.
Yeah.
Force him back.
Well,
great team play there.
They know that there's no radar over here, right? So what's going to counter the Shimakaze? Nothing. In terms of spotting.
That's true. Smoke expiring here for Shiori's Annapolis in the middle of the board, but they don't have anything that can spot him.
Yep.
So they don't know that he's there.
And I'll bet you the reason he was hanging back was so he could shoot whatever goes into the A cap, but nothing did.
Nothing did. Well, maybe, but his radar, yeah, that's the trick. They'd have a hard time spotting it. His radar only covers about, I don't know, 2/3 of that cap. Just now he puts the radar up.
Yep.
Going for a little info there so they can see the Gibraltar, but nothing else.
Right. More importantly, the Gibraltar knows he's radared, so they know that exactly, where the Annapolis is probably going to be located. So.
Indeed.
Ooh, Luger's in trouble.
Goodness, Luger's going to go out right here, getting picked up by the Ragnar radar.
Yep.
Trying to smoke and survive, but it isn't going to happen.
Wow.
Cats with a big play there. I think what happened was that the Shima caught a sniff of him on the surface, but the Vampire Deuce and the Ragnar moving together. Ragnar radar goes up, and then he basically gets most of that for free.
That's right. That was an interesting early play. So ELSR definitely on the back foot early on in this game.
Yep.
Yodo loses a turret.
Already.
Oh yeah, paper thin turret armor.
Yep, I see it.
And he's being shot at by a Patrie. Now, it's not a perma.
Yeah, it's not a perma. It's just disabled. Okay.
Right.
That's different. Well, early ship lead, a little bit of very aggressive play by Cats. They're going to grab A as the Zao of Himukai moves all the way out to that key island position in B2. There's really no good way for ELSR to break back into that cap, so they pretty much said, screw it, we're not going to try. Shiori's Annapolis, Buster's Grozaboy headed east, headed for the C cap.
Mm-hmm. I find it amazing, though, that they wouldn't... between the sides, I would rather charge the non-battleship side with my Annapolis and the death, snail, whatever.
I'm sure they would love to, but here we are.
Right, but what I'm saying is, I don't see why they didn't just take the Annapolis and just walk him up to A. But...
Now, I will say, if you can keep that Annapolis smoked,
he
can do horrible things to this Patrie.
Oh, absolutely. He's currently using AP, using the funny button.
Yep, here comes the HE instead.
Right. And that's the better option, really. You get him on fire, wait for him to DCP, then use the funny button to keep him lit.
Oh my goodness, the Yodo's going out here. He's been devastated somehow.
That's a Yodo.
Oh my goodness. Last I checked, he still had a fair chunk of health. He must have taken some torpedoes or something. I'm not sure what happened there. The Patrie got a salvo on him, I missed.
I think it's the Patrie nailing him, yeah.
Wow. Cat's up 2 ships already. Losing control of C, but certainly with more board pieces, it's going to be a real uphill struggle for ELSR.
It really is. Cat's just looking very strong this game. And that's great for us, maybe we get a game 3.
I was going to say, you said you wanted a game 3. Maybe they heard you. Steven's Druid now picked up by Ragnar radar. The Vampire Deuce Ragnar combo doing its work again down here at the bottom of the map.
That's right. Even the Patrie getting in on this with his shells.
Yep.
Doing good work.
A little bit of chip damage there. Steven edging out of the Ragnar radar, smoking to break contact.
But take a look at the mini-map, Raptor. 4 out of the 5 remaining ELSR ships, all in one spot, pointed towards each other even.
They're all kind of huddled in here, very much surrounded by the enemy. Closing a gap here, but, we're only basically 7.5 minutes in. And Cats has almost 200-point lead. It's shrinking, but, man, ELSR is really struggling right now, trying to find a way back into this game. I think, Zath, have a peek. They're redeploying the destroyers. I think their goal is to murder the Vampire and the Ragnar.
I mean, they have to find some way back into this. It's either the Patrie, it's the Vamp Deuce Ragnar, or it's whatever's coming out of A.
It looks like they've chosen the Vamp Deuce Ragnar. I think maybe it's probably the right play. It feels like those guys have maybe pushed a little too deep. They're completely cut off from the rest of the team.
Right. And Yuka is now absolutely getting hammered.
Yep. RoboCop is the name of the play, and there it goes.
That's right. Vamp Deuce takes a big hit too.
HUT takes a massive hit from the Henri HE. More shells coming in. We're going to see a quick 2-ship assassination here. ESLR is going to recover and pick up two quick kills. And just like that, they're back in the lead.
Negotiations were quick.
Negotiations were quick and very, very violent. Some Gibraltar AP falls in on Shiori for a little chip damage, but no big citadels.
Mm-hmm.
So just like that, ELSR not on the back foot anymore. Their team has recovered. They're going to lose control of C, but they've got a lead for the moment. Cats is very strung out, Zath. They're all over the board.
They are, and I think that's part of because they were playing over at A so cautiously, and then by the time they rotate over, like the Zhao made it all the way to that B2 island, right? So,
yeah,
you know. But the thing is, really, Cats doesn't have to do much but contain. If they can keep the Annapolis contained with the destroyers, Zero just takes a decent chunk from the Gibraltar there. They can just keep these guys contained, and that's it. You can see the Elbing going on to C, so it doesn't matter how much the Patrie gets farmed. They're going to come away with the C cap. So they just have to set up to figure out which way is ELSR going to push, and let's receive that. Yeah. And it looks like they're pushing north.
We've got an Henri Zhao duel occurring over here at B as the Shimakaze steps into the cap. So for the moment, ELSR not taking up any points. They got about a 50-point lead here, but that's going to start to shrink very quickly. It looks like, Zath, they've basically made it known the Patrie is the win condition here. They want to kill it.
They want to kill it, or at the very least remove it from competition in the future battles.
They want to get rid of it one way or another.
Right. And you can
boosting north, trying to get out of there.
Is about to win.
Yep. And if you look at Lala's Gibraltar, just waiting to pounce on whatever gets spotted. He's about to get spotted, though. There it is. And Buster's is going to be like, "Oh crap!" He's already turning out.
No, Buster's is outside the detection there for the Gibraltar.
Right, he is. But he's reacting, though, to that ship and that threat. If he gets spotted, he knows he's in a world of hurt.
He's in a world of pain. Buster's now denying the points at sea as all the caps swing over to Cats. The farming of the Patrie continues. The Elbing smoke going into break line of sight.
I do not like that Cats is turned away from the B cap. In my opinion, that Zhao and that Shimakaze need to stay on B. They have to keep this Henri honest. They're not doing it. They're going to allow him to go into the B cap, which I think is a...
his Hydra's up.
It's a concern.
He's coming. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I was just going to say, he's got torpedoes coming in, but yeah, it's not going to be that big a deal. Well,
he might take the one.
He screwed it up, Zach. Oh, he barely is going to make it. Woo! For a second there, I wasn't convinced. Now, I will say, Zhao versus a sub-strength Henri. If the Zhao player is smart, he can win that engagement.
Yeah, he's in the kite-away position. I'm sure he'll be fine. To me, it was just BYF Shimakaze. I would have liked to have seen him try and just keep that Henri honest, but he might have rotated in case ELSR tried to break through the middle somehow.
Well, and the Shima still has smoke left for his teammate. Why is he opening fire?
They want to get the kill as soon as possible.
Well, good luck, boys.
And they know that Groza used his main battery reload booster as well.
ELSR down to the final minutes here, under 2 minutes, as both B and C remain contested. The Henri's going to go out here. I don't think he's even going to take anybody with him. He's got too far to go on that Zhao.
Yeah. He did take a good amount of health out of the Zhao, so he did well for himself in that engagement, but it's not enough.
ELSR seems to be. I think they've more or less conceded the game. They just want to kill the Patrie and get out of here. That's what it feels like right now.
Yep, as Shiokarimi takes the torpedo on the face, the Annapolis. And notice he's hanging back quite a bit too.
And there it is. They're not going to be able to get the Patrie in time.
No.
Patrie is going to hang on and live. The Gibraltar, the Grozovoy goes down, and that's the game. Cat's picking up game 2. Solid. Solid. They looked good. Oh my, ladies and gentlemen.
So welcome everybody to game 3 of our loser bracket semifinal, essentially. Cats versus ELSR. Whoever wins this gets to go up against Rain for the attempt to go and fight 3X in the grand finals. Yay. So let's take a look at Cats' lineup. They've got their Patrie, Gibraltar, a Puerto Rico, Elbing, Ragnar, a Druid, and a Raptor. Go look at the Shimakaze's build.
Hold on.
Look at the Cats Shimakaze's build. It's a gun build.
What?
It's a gun. It's a gun build Shimakaze.
Why you do this?
What the actual F are we looking at here? All right, well.
Did he spend all of his points? He did barely spend all of his points.
Yes, he did.
What is happening? what is happening, Zap?
They want to be so. What I think what they're reacting with here is basically when they get into these destroyer engagements, they absolutely need to get the kills. So
started getting shot at and dead, I guess.
And the torpedoes aren't landing because there's so many destroyers. They've got Hydro. Look at the ELSR lineup. They've got 5 ships out of 7 with Hydro. They're not going to hit with torps. Anyway, speaking of the ELSR lineup,
yeah, let's have a peek. We're running an Elbing with some gun range. Luger's Daring there. Nice solid build. Shorty's Ragnar paired up with the Triarch's Druid. Seen these two do good work already. Triple Cruiser, Moskva of Apex here, also running the unique upgrade in slot 6. Izumi's Gibraltar, no fancy upgrades here, just a straight up Gibraltar. Not running the AP skill for 3 points. A little surprised to see that. I would expect that to be like a default skill in most of those builds, but not
because it's AP only. Yeah.
And then backed up here all the way at the bottom of the map by OT's Marseille, running. Is that outnumbered? Yeah, that's outnumbered.
That is outnumbered.
A little surprising to see that, but we'll see how that goes.
You know what's kind of odd to me, Raptor, is the fact that ELSR did not bring a single super ship.
They did not, and they have access to quite a few of them. I don't think they've lost too many, have they?
No, they have not. So
they've lost 4. But I mean, they still have Ushikov, Satsuma, Humphreys, Annapolis, Edgar, Conde. They're one of the last teams still in the event whose Conde is still available. In fact, 3X is the only other one who is still available.
Right. So the way I would look at it is, why wouldn't you use that here in a pivotal battle that you absolutely have to win?
To make sure you to make sure you advance. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, there's obviously something calculated there. Let's see what happens. I'm a little surprised to see the Druid Ragnar pairing over here on the 9 line for ELSR. It feels like they would be much stronger at the A-cap. You see the Druid Ragnar pairing for Cats up here.
Right. And they're going for it.
Yep, that radar bubble is about to capture Luger's Daring. Stevens Elbing angled out, ready to try to get away or stay away over here. Now, Druid, yep, there's the radar. Ragnar radar going up, picking up Luger. They can see these torpedoes coming in. The Druid Hydro is ticking. That's going to turn away both of these guys.
But look, Cats is they're dropping anchor. Wow. Okay, well, maybe they figure they can afford to do that because they're not on a long duration radar. What they don't know is that Apex's Moskva can easily radar as well. Here it comes.
There it is. Apex in the gap over here, looking straight into that backside of the cap. Lots of shells going in now. Yep. Imukai's Druid trying to weather this fire, but I'm not convinced that he can. Looks like he is going to pull out of the cap. They know the Moskva's radar expires there. Go ahead.
Did you see the Gibraltar? It just got smacked by the Patrie.
The ELSR Gibraltar.
Yes.
I see he's taking a chunk. You said the Patrie hit him.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, they do succeed in pushing Cats off the A cap for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Whole bunch of HP gone that Druid can't recover. Luger's Daring, on the other hand, has 2 more heals.
The Druid's got heals too.
Oh, yeah, he does. Look at that. I'm forgetting these things. This is what I'm telling you. I don't play the ship enough.
Look at the top right of the map. 9-line ELSR just chasing down this Elbing.
Very surprising to see this. It's backed up by the Puerto Rico.
Yep.
Bold to try and do this right under the nose of a big giant radar cruiser.
And I'm really surprised that the Ragnar turned away. Triarch kept going. Must have been a miscommunication there.
Feels like one. Look at the Shimakaze. Look at our gun build Shimakaze, Zath, over on the 1 line.
Yep. He's gonna challenge the Marsilli.
Well, the Marseille can see these coming, so shouldn't take one of these torpedoes, right?
No, they're pretty slow.
Yeah, his Hydro was been up for a while.
Yeah, he's fine.
And ELSR does grab the A cap. Interesting.
Yep. Speaking of interesting, take a look back at that Puerto Rico. It's lost a quarter of its health already.
Yeah, he's getting farmed out over here now.
At long range, Puerto Rico shells, I mean, they're pretty floaty.
Yeah, they're
So
definitely harder to get to land the farther away that you're aiming them.
Yeah, so I get the feeling that's their play now, is let's just farm this Puerto Rico out. And just laugh at him trying to shoot us back.
Well,
But
Druid
Triarch is in
Ragnar
trouble.
certainly 2 ships capable of it.
Yeah. Triarch has another smoke available, so he can smoke himself up, so he can, or maybe smoke the 2 of them up, and he can spot for the Ragnar. Either way, I think we're going to see that coming up.
Yep, so far, ELSR running a slight health deficit. Very
Yes.
slight. 20,000 HP. Not really significant just yet. 6 minutes gone as they've managed to grab the A cap, but that's not gonna last because Lala's Gibraltar now coming in from the 2-line entrance into Thunderdome. It is gonna be able to sit in this cap with the Hydro and Hydro the opposing Gibraltar, who's then gonna have to suffer Steel Shadow's Patrie shells.
By the way, I do love the fact that the Ragnar from Cats is being brought over to deal with this this pairing on the side. Unfortunately, he just got caught out by the Moscow radar, so that trap is now gone. And the Puerto Rico's at 15,000 health and falling. He's got a heal available. There it goes. And a DCP ready, too. But he's absolutely going to get farmed out here.
Well, one of the best ways to get a Rico off the board is just like a Stalingrad, right? You just throw enough AG at it until it burns to death.
Mm-hmm. There's the smoke that I thought was coming a long time ago. Back on the extreme edge of the map. Ooh, Druid in the middle takes a torpedo. The Cat's Druid.
I see that. His Hydro was available. Still available. More torpedoes coming in. He's going out.
Nope.
Oh! Manages the dodge.
And now he's like, maybe I should Hydro.
British acceleration is what saved him there.
Wow. That's seamanship.
Gibraltar, Lala's Gibraltar now flipping the cap. Steel Shadow now moving up, searching for this shot on Izumi's bow.
Mm-hmm.
Puerto Rico manages to hang on, gets to a heal. 13,000 HP as the Druid Ragnar push moves all the way into Katz's backfield has now ended. ELSR loses control of A on a 90-point lead. That'll start to shrink.
Yeah. Yeah, not killing that Puerto Rico might come back to haunt ELSR, I think.
Wasn't for lack of trying. I mean, they tried. They just didn't manage it. And now, let's see if the Patrie can smash the Gibraltar in the face.
He's been trying.
Says yes. Survey says yes. No amount of smoke is going to hide him now with the opposing Gibraltar camped on their side of this island, although the Hydro just ran out. And so now it does afford Izumi the opportunity to hide.
There it goes. He's hiding now. Steel Shadow taking a big hit from the Marseille. And that's the problem with him turning in.
The Marseille, check out the Marseille's position.
Mm-hmm.
coming in here to root this Gibraltar out with his with his reload booster working, but he loses him behind the island.
Yep. Those torpedoes came at a perfect moment to screw up his attack. He had Hydra going, so it didn't cost him the ship, but it did cost him his vision and a reload booster as well.
Yeah, the reload booster largely wasted there. He wasn't able to get any follow-up salvos.
The enemy is
Now, Gibraltar does not have torpedoes, which is unusual for a cruiser, a British cruiser.
Every ship has one torpedo, sir.
That's true. Every ship does have the one torpedo.
Let's see if that's going to be used. I think that's the only way to win this.
Do you think the Marseille is going for that? He feels like it, maybe.
I guess. I mean, it's a situation where you'd rather take the ram and hope that you might survive it, versus try to go for the drive-by and flub it. Because if you screw up that drive-by, you give away a ship for free, and that control of that cap. It's just take the ram.
Puerto Rico gets his revenge on the Ragnar, putting him down. That Cat's up a ship, but Steel Shadow's Patrie very low, getting farmed by a couple of ships in the middle of the board. Izumi's Gibraltar steps back up onto A. Yuchi Shimakaze coming in and via Thunderdome, trying to contest that cap as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. Steel Shadow was actually able to save the Patrie. I'm impressed that he was able to do that. 30 seconds to go until his next heal.
Now, Izumi's Gibraltar is about to go around this corner. Does he know the shim is there? He certainly knows now.
Yes, he does.
He's turning out. I'm a little surprised. Why would you not just go? Oh, the Hydro just expired. That's why.
Bad timing there.
Doesn't want to risk it. I really don't blame him, honestly. Willing to let the cap be contested. Both teams sticking up a cap. 100-point lead for Cats. 9 minutes to play here in Game 3.
Yeah, this is anybody's game. Puerto Rico, though, backing off a bit. He's going to start getting farmed again.
Yeah. And he's out of heals. The health he has now is all he's got left. He does put a good salvo into Apex's Moskva.
Yeah, what they need to do is they need to suck this Moskva into pushing and then nail it with the Patrie combo.
Gibraltar smoking. Still 60 seconds from Hydro. I feel like Izumi has to make a play. I feel like he has to pop the Hydro and chase this Shimakaze out.
Yep. And I really want to know what the Cat's Druid is doing, because if you look at him, he's like...
Yeah, he's way over here by himself. I don't know what he's up to.
He's got no more heals, so maybe that's the thought. But he's got a great opportunity to get behind the Gibraltar smoke and just start pew-pewing him with his AP.
Now, I will say that Patrie moving back up on 35,000 HP. Izumi's got to be cautious. We're now over 900 points for Cats. ELSR could still win this game, but they've got to pick up some crucial kills that they haven't been able to secure just yet, notably on that Puerto Rico.
Time's running out. There's less than 2 minutes left until Cats wins if they don't make anything happen.
Izumi now taking a salvo at the Patrie as the Druid opens up on him.
There it is. It's what I was expecting to happen. But I don't like that he's broadside here. He must know that the guns are looking in this direction.
He's about to ground himself. Oh,
broadside to the Patrie.
Oh, no. Dodges that salvo.
Yeah, but there's more coming.
Dodge this one. Not even a full pin.
Steel Shadow healing.
Shimakaze's coming around the corner.
This, I think, is a big mistake. But, okay. Oh, they get him.
There it was. And there it is. 7 seconds to a win. They need to kill this Patrie right now. And the Patrie...
And they're not going to do it. Cats with the upset.
Cats, I definitely would call that an upset, Zaf. With the reverse.
Wow.
Even. I'm a little... And you called it. Not killing that Puerto Rico came back to bite them. Now, and it wasn't for lack of trying. I think Cats did a really good job defending the Puerto Rico's health.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. And I also felt like maybe a little too cautious towards that mid game is ultimately what cost them that battle. But congratulations to Cats. Both teams did fantastic. We love game threes. We love games that are so back and forth like what we just saw. I'm excited to see Cats going up against against Rain next. That's gonna be
Yeah,
neat.
that's gonna be fun. Oop, I gotta hit this button.
Right?
on a
Button.
minute.
Where's the button?